Hey y'all, Credit Solutionist here from FixMyFICONow.com. Today I'm going to talk about a method that I personally use in my credit restoration company, PX Credit Solutions, that usually gets the job done with removing a collection account from your credit report. This has worked 100% of the time that we have done this at my company. I'm actually sitting in on a live stream right now this evening, and one of the people in the chat mentioned about how people on the internet in the credit repair space often give you tips and tricks and things that are just going to be clickbait. The interesting thing that's about to take place right now is that I'm going to give you a method that I use in my business that works. And the interesting thing is, YouTube is probably not going to pick this up in the algorithm. I'm about to give away thousands of dollars worth of game. So for those of you that are about to hear it, congratulations, you're in a good spot. So anyway, there is this method that we use with this collection agency called IC Systems. If you have any collections with that company that show up on your credit report, I'm going to give you some background on what we do with that company. Typically, when we see that there's a collection account with IC Systems, it's generally $500 and below. So when we see these collections pop up, we get super excited because we know that we can use our method and it's going to work. Now, what this method is simple. With credit repair, credit restoration, disputes, you always have to start with the general steps. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to request validation. You do that in whatever way you want to word that letter, okay? You're just asking them to prove it, essentially, right? Once you do that, they go ahead and they send you the letter back. Okay, cool. They're going to tell you, oh, we validated it, yada, yada, yada. We're reporting it to the credit agencies the same way we've always been doing. Okay, cool. Go ahead and do that. It's fine. Whatever. Because they don't know what your next step is. But here's your next step. You're then going to turn around and you're going to, send them another letter. And in this letter, you're going to say something to the effect of, this is just not fair. I don't think you understand what I'm doing here. I feel like you're trying to basically shake me down for money. You're going to find a more fancy way to say that, but you're basically letting them know that you now have the sense that they're misrepresenting this debt and how they're presenting it to you because they're not giving you what you're asking for. And then you're going to start name dropping. And on this letter, you're going to tell them, my God, I would hate for your CEO or your VP or whoever in the higher up, the guys behind the doors. I would hate for those people to see what you're doing right now because I know my rights. And I talked to my attorney and this is what they told me. Now, you're not going to name the attorney because you don't have one. All right. Unless you do, then go ahead and name them. However, you're basically letting them know, okay, I'll play your game. It's cool. But I'm just letting you know I'm giving you this one last chance to get this right before I go higher than you. All right. Yeah. Had a little fuzz there. That's the game that we're playing. Usually, we'll get the deletion at that point. If we don't, that's okay. That's okay. Because this is what we do. And this is what you need to do with IC Systems or any other collection agency where you have a debt that is, I would say, under $1,000. Do this. All right. What you do then is you go to the Google machine and you type in that business name of that collection agency in that Google search bar. And you go to LinkedIn. And when you go to LinkedIn, you look for who is their CEO, who is their VP, who is their VP of operations. Better yet, who's their asset manager? You want to know who all these people are because these are going to be the people that you're going to send your next letter to. And you're going to tell them exactly what you've done. And you're going to show them exactly what this company has provided you. And you're going to let them know based on what you see, you're not getting what you're asking for. You're not saying that this debt isn't yours. You're not saying that it is yours. You're just telling them that the burden of proof is on them. And if they can't prove it, now we have a problem. I will tell you 100% of the time when we have used this method of either name dropping and saying we're going to talk to the CEO or the VP, and also sending a letter directly to the VP, both certified, by the way, we have absolutely gotten deletions. This is stuff on the internet that nobody's going to tell you. Now, I know I took you around the world. I know that. But this is what credit restoration and repair is. You guys need to see what goes on behind the scenes. All right. Now, there's more stuff that we do that you don't see. However, this is something that you can do yourself. You have the power as long as you have an internet connection. And as long as you have access to Google and LinkedIn, you can find who runs these organizations. You can get online and see if any of these collection agencies have ever had lawsuits. You can do that. Use this stuff to your advantage. Okay? The same way you scour social media to find dirt on people, I've done it too. Don't trip. But the same way we do this, we need to take this approach with our credit restoration journey too. There's so many methods out there for credit repair. This is one that I happen to know works with IC Systems. Okay? So if you need a refresher, rewind this video, check it out again, share this with people, because this is actually thousands of dollars worth of game that I just gave away for free. Just because I want to. All right? We found this out by accident like a year and a half ago. It works. Okay? Now, if you need help with that, whatever, reach out. We'll hook you up. But at the end of the day, this is something that you can do yourself. If I could figure this out sitting in my apartment, just like working on a file late at night, if I could discover this a year and a half ago, you guys, anybody can do it. So I hope you found this helpful. This is your Credit Solutionist, and I will see you guys on the next video. If you have any questions, come over to the Facebook group or send me a little comment below. Whatever. I'm here to help. All right? And it's late. I'm feeling a little woozy. Your girl has to go to bed. All right? I'll see y'all on the next one. Credit Solutionist out.